hello to all the viewers who are joining us to view the video interviews. This is CIDC's media YouTube channel, and we are hosting series of interviews concerning the construction industry during this tough time of the COVID-19. In this series, we have brought in a very interesting topic to discuss today, revolving around the issues related to site management, with a special focus on material, workers, and the overall site safety during the current situation, and also what is going to be the situation post-COVID. And the expert which we have today, who will be discussing upon this topic and giving you a lot of insights, is Mr. Naman Jani, who is the project director at Godrej Properties Limited, based at Pune. He has vast experience of managing variety of projects across functions and project life cycle. The projects managed by him include hotels, auditoriums, hospitals, townships, residential complex, from the concept to handover. We welcome you, Mr. Naman Jani, on this chat show of CIDC.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Tiwari. And first of all, I would like to appreciate the efforts being taken by CIDC for bringing this wonderful series of knowledge in this COVID-19 scenario. That would be really helpful to the entire industry. And thanks for that. Appreciate the effort being taken by the CIDC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Naman. And so going ahead with this, Mr. Naman, let me just start asking you questions. My first question to you would be, what measures are to be taken for safety of workers in this situation? And should there be a specific COVID-19 management plan?
So, yes, I definitely feel that our current project-specific HSC plan do require inclusion of COVID-19 measures to be taken for improving overall hygiene at the project site locations. And yes, there would be separate need of having an independent COVID-19 management plan, which would address the hygiene requirement of workers, visitors, and different guidelines issued by government bodies, so that overall risk is managed, which has been posed by this pandemic to us. And the specific measures which we all need to take would be starting from managing visitors, having rosters in place so that visits of the different visitors, be it vendors, customers at project sites, are managed effectively. Then it would be having a separate logistic plans, which would have hand washing facilities on the site. Then quarantine stores, where material will be quarantined for 3 days before using it. And then signages and entry and exit locations where temperature screening would be done. So yes, of course, this all requirements have to be put into the plan. And there would be a separate, because we have multiple guidelines being issued by government on a time-to-time basis. This is going to be a very dynamic nature of document, which will have to keep on updating itself, covering all these guidelines. And when we do that, there would be a responsibility matrix which we need to assign to take care of all these guidelines. So some of the other measures would be to have a very specific checklist related to COVID-19 precautions which we are taking. Like at the entry, you would have a checklist and undertaking of the visitor with the no history of being in containment zone or travel history. So such undertaking would be a part of our day-to-day operations now, to manage the risk of this COVID-19. This plan would also identify the communication in terms of emergency response plan, whom to contact, who would manage that. So this all would be a part of this COVID-19 management plan. There would be a certain checklist to ensure that this all the points are included in it, adhere to it. There would be a separate audit plan required to see the efficiency of this mechanism. So this all things will be a part of that plan. And I think it is a much needed change which we need to bring.
Very rightly said, Mr. Naman. But tell me, who you think or who all should be accountable for expenses towards the COVID-19 management? It's a big plan.
Yeah, so as we look at the existing contracts, such pandemic situation really our force majeure contract clauses do not cover such situation because it is a very long time situation and it has got a very long term effects on it. So our existing contracts do not have a very clear cut guidelines around managing the expenses of such COVID-19 management. So yes, so there is no clear-cut guideline available in the contract, but it is very imperative that every employer should adopt a proactive strategy to, with all the stakeholders, to manage this, to even acknowledge and identify the expenses towards managing this, and then recording it for the future discussion and future settlement of those claims. So I think recording these expenses, identifying these expenses would be a first step towards managing this and fixing the accountability. And yes, as a government guideline, it is the responsibility of each and every employer to abide by those guidelines. So a rational call will have to be taken between employer and contractors when it comes to being accountable for expenses towards this.
Mr. Naman, workers' migration or mobilization will definitely be a tough challenge. And considering the culture shift, especially things like use of pan masala and gutka on sites, how do you think this will be controlled?
I think yes, worker migration is a real situation, and first step towards managing that situation would be to acknowledge that migration has happened and is not going to stop in near future. So we'll have to see that. I see the possibility of reverse migration workers coming back for the employment to this area of country post Diwali only. Once the monsoon gets over and we get little fair amount of clarity about this COVID-19, then probably workers should start moving in to project sites. So yes, acknowledging this situation would be the first step to manage it. And we will have to look at the local possibilities of resources, and we'll have to start identifying local workers, and sourcing them would be a key priority locally. And I definitely see an opportunity to meet hands with CIDC and likewise organizations to help in this and also to address their skill development areas.
Oh, definitely, yes, CIDC is trying to take big time measures and trying to extend whatever possible help CIDC can for its industry partners. Talking of the material, Mr. Namanjani, planning of material for just-in-time delivery basis will become essential for better cash flow. How, in your opinion, will this be managed?
Yes, so for any organization in this lockdown scenario, since we have been now reaching towards 60 days of lockdown, prolonged lockdown period, and in some cities of India, we are also anticipating even extension of this lockdown further. Most of the organizations are facing the challenge of maintaining the cash on hand. And yes, for any organization, cash flow would be the biggest and only priority for at least a year when it comes to the business priorities. So yes, blocking the cash in unnecessarily building up the inventory on site would definitely be the last option which anybody would have. So managing material and to ensure just in time delivery on site would definitely help better cash flow management and larger cash on hand for their working capital requirement. And in terms of how do we do it is lean management techniques like avoiding waste and eliminating waste in each process for inventory management would definitely help us do that.
Of course, my last question to you, and of course, I will request for your concluding remarks as well on this question. It is, do you think taking over half-done work by other contractors or subcontractors will have cost and time impact? How will that be compensated?
So yes, that would have cost and time impact because this lockdown decision was very sudden, and post that this migration situation came up. So for the projects which are halfway through are going to face this challenge where to mobilize the subcontractors and workers for already half done work. Uh, First of all, convincing them to work on the half done work would be a challenge. So that would require a little bit of incentivizing strategies for them to take up those works. And also, so that would have a cost impact on it. And of course, to convince them and to mobilize such workers would also be time taking. So yes, it would have an impact on cost and time. But how do we compensate that? There is no simple answer to that, but yes, when we take a trade-off between the idling cost of the project and some incremental cost towards mobilizing these resources to take up such half done job, that trade-off, I think output of that trade-off would definitely help us take this decision more effectively.
Thank you very much, Mr. Naman Jani, to share all this detailed insights which you've shared about this industry and the site management and related problems. We thank you very much for being a part of this chat show.
Thank you, Mr. Tiwari. It was very nice talking to you, and I am also very happy to see that CIDC has forwarded certain provisions and certain advisory to government, seeking certain support from them and helping the industry to function the way it was. So I appreciate that, and I hope to see a very positive reply from government to sustain our business going forward. Thanks again. It was lovely interacting with you.
Thank you very much once again, Mr. Naman Jani. And for our viewers, as we always say, keep on liking, keep on watching such interactive sessions which we are trying to bring to you in this tough time of COVID-19. And do keep on giving us the feedback. It's your feedback only which is helping us to schedule more and more interviews, encouraging us to bring in the interactive sessions of the experts. Thank you very much.